It's train time once again.
Yes, season 6 after a year of hiatus, as you might say.
Yeah.
So we had some special circumstances that keep us from taping a show during 2025.
Yep.
2026 is pretty exciting. We'll be having a new segment called Breaking News. So if you got any news in regards of model railroad,
send it in.
You can reach us at our email that you will see written below. Unfortunately, during 2025 and even early 2026, we got 2 members of our crew that are sick.
Yes.
We wishing them to get well soon.
Yes, all the best.
This year's will be mainly concentrated into working on our layout upstairs. Not much has been done, but you can see what is rolling is what is already done. We got to finish the Rocky.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, working on the Fraser River.
Yeah, in the Fraser River as far as the forestry is concerned. We'll also be working on the city of Winnipeg during this year's, and probably Thunder Bay if we got time.
Thunder Bay, yeah, and then between Thunder Bay and Steel River.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a lot of exciting things will be taking place this year's. Breaking news.
Some information from my brother in Edmonton.
Okay.
They have in their collection Dash 8, Dash 40 CM, number 4618.
Okay.
That was built in 1990. And was transferred to CNR from BC Rail in 2004. So these locomotives were at the time the new generation design, and they featured modularity of systems, which meant bundled wiring systems, computer-controlled braking logistics, and power efficiency, that sort of thing. And they all ran on Devasco high AD 3-axle trucks.
Okay.
With the BC Rail units, they were supplied with a shorter truck frame itself so that they could navigate the sharper radius curves in the mountains. They all featured full-width covered wagon car bodies with the general taper on the body to improve rear visibility. Now, CN donated 4618 to the Alberta Railway Museum in September of 2023.
Okay.
Now, as we continue on, it is down the line going to become a model in the 1.6 scale.
Oh.
So we'll get into that a little later.
All right.
But it's an interesting story that's going to carry on probably for a couple of episodes for us. So
good. Also in the news, the Mega Train show as we know it now is change its format, change its time, and so on. We must thank Maurice and Susan to have organized it for so many years now. The WMRC is taking over, and it will be now named Manitoba Hobby Show. So you will have multiple different type of hobby that will be features during the show, and the show will still be at the Red River X as it has been in the past, but instead of being on the last weekend of September, It will become now October 3rd and 4th, 2026, which is the first weekend of October.
Yeah.
So we will bring you in the news more about this subject as the time came in.
And I understand that from Maurice that they had the riding train. That won't be there anymore.
No, apparently not.
And the show is they're gearing it more to all types of modelers, not just model railroad.
No, it would be many different form of hobby and medium.
Yeah.
So, and that's it for today for the breaking news. And now, folks, there's the picture of the month. All right, Peter. I think you got something interesting in regard of reading.
Yes. No,
That's tied into our news, right?
this is tied into the news. This is kind of the first episode. The Reading Car Company, give a little description of this Reading Car Company because they pay a visit to the Alberta Railway Museum. So I'm just going to have to read this, but it says, my love of backyard railroading started in 1980s in Honeybrook, Pennsylvania. My parents were invited to a picnic at the home of Larry Freeman, who had his own railroad, the C&O N Railway, in his backyard. From the minute I saw his chassis system locomotive going by, pulling a crowd of happy people, I knew I wanted to be involved in the hobby. Things always seemed to conspire to keep me out of it, though. I grew up in an area devoid of model railroaders except for my dad, who modeled HO scale. After college, I dabbled in G scale, which is 1/29th. Garden scale, yeah. And that was some fun, but it didn't scratch the itch. In 2016, I finally broke down and ordered a precision steel car gondola and was off to the races, so to speak. Shortly thereafter, I had to stop operating Amtrak-based private cars due to new regulations and increased costs. So I took the opportunity to shut down the old business and launch Reading Car Company. While getting started, I was contacted by Mr. Freeman, who was moving to Maryland, and the upshot of the call was I took home some of the very equipment that started me in the hobby.
I see.
So now the philosophy of this company, and it's a husband and wife. We have several points to our philosophy. We believe this should be fun. There's a time and place for all the less pleasant things in life. This ain't it. Detail matters. Some people don't need the bells and whistles. Some people do. Neither are wrong. We want to get it right every time, just the way you want it. Service after the sale. We stand by what we build, and we're always happy to help you out if something goes wrong. Communication. We believe communication is the key to consumer satisfaction. We keep you updated throughout your build. Now, where we are headed. The goal here at Reading Car Company is to provide the backyard railroad community with realistic railroad equipment and to balance cost and accuracy. To that end, we will soon begin production on several new freight car models, the first of which is already in the prototyping stage and is set to be released for pre-order mid-summer of 2022. So we're past that already. We also have an accessory for existing models coming around the same time. Our next two pieces of equipment will be rolling out fall of 2022, spring of 2023. So again, we're past those dates, so they've been operating. These cars will be prototypical, accurate, and relatively easy to build by the customer. We also offer finished services, including assembly, paint, and decals, so your car arrives ready to run. So, now, we go back and we make the connection between Reading Car Company and the Alberta Railway Museum. Now, a fellow by the name of Graham Wood, he's an avid mini rail, that's the 1.6 inch scale.
Okay, that's the one you ride on.
That's the one you ride on, like what my brother has.
Yes.
And their club is located out of Airdrie, Alberta.
That's right.
Okay. So he's a modeler. He's also a member of the Alberta Model Engineering Society. And he went looking for a builder who would accept an order for one based on BCOL 4618.
All right.
Okay. So, after several months of searching, Graham connected with Russell Swinnerton of Reading Car Company.
All right.
Okay. Who, like I mentioned earlier, is a builder of rail cars in that scale out of Pennsylvania. So, Russ had an associate, Anthony Clark, and he was an ex-CNR engineer in Sarnia, who was willing to help Russ get accurate drawings and details featuring the data to build this accurate product. So Russ posted order forms on his website, and to date has a first run of 5 locomotives in the works. And from what I understand, all 5 of them are in Canada.
Where to go?
So both Russ and Anthony from the Reading Car Company made the trek west in December of 2025 to the Alberta Railway Museum in Edmonton to gather specific details for these builds. Braving minus 14 degree weather, they met with ARM members and received a full tour of 4618. The sunny winter day provided great conditions for their efforts, and railroading war stories were exchanged over cups of hot coffee and donuts. Now, the goal is to have the first run completed for the Train Mountain Triannual Meet in 2028. Russell assures us of keeping us posted on his progress.
Well, that's kind of nice because it's a scale that is not mentioned often.
No.
You know, and it's like anything in the hobby, it's costly.
Yes, and like it said in it, they were really pleased to find the short base truck on the XBC 4618 because now they can build a shorter truck, and it's prototypical.
Right. So as you can see, we'll be having some follow-up on that story.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting because we're not touching only the HO and the N scale, we're touching about every scale.
Oh, we hit every scale.
Yeah, that's right. showing up a diorama that we will be building, probably aimed to beginners or middle range modelers about doing a diorama and creating a scene and what kind of product you will be using, what kind of tool, etc., etc. We hope that build will take place on a few segments, during a few months, probably 2 or 3 months. At the same time, in the second part, will be definitely showing the work that we do upstairs, because now we're getting back in full time in the modeling. So anyway, folks,
I think with the diorama too, what we want to try and show is that you don't have to go really expensive on materials that you use.
Nope.
I mean, a lot of your materials are kind of sitting in your bench in the workshop type of thing.
Well, I can compare that a little bit as you see, you look at these cook shows and so on, and they go very fancy, very specific thing, but you don't see any cook show at that point where they use what is in the house. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that is coming because people start to realize that they want to do something. Well, in model railroads, it's the same thing. You can have models that is built entirely with stuff you can buy on hobby shop and that type of thing, and you say, well, how much money do I spend in there? But you can have a little bit of both worlds. You can still sponsor and be patrons of a hobby shop, but on the other hand, you can have some material that could be expensive in a hobby shop that you have on hand at home. So we try to do a little bit of both. We thank Frog and Diamond Hobby Shop, which is our sponsors. We encourage you to go and visit him and what he's got in store, which is a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's located in Winnipeg.
Yes, located in Winnipeg. Matter of fact, it's already some people from Ontario that got in touch with us that had been there.
Yes, I met a fellow from Red Lake. What's his name? Pierre Pellegrin from Red Lake, Ontario.
Oh, you're talking about Péloquet?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's French name.
At the same time, we give you a salutation, Pierre, to get in contact with us.
Yes, I was glad to hear that you watch our show. So
yes.
And I'd also like to give a shout out to Aiken Knees G-Scale out in Edmonton. He's always posting on Facebook front end Fridays and tail end Tuesdays, and
another good viewer of our show. So like many others, send us where you're from, okay, and send us picture of your layout, and so on, and so we can give a shout out to some people who watch the show. So I guess, Peter, we probably cover about everything for the first one, after a year of breaks.
Yep.
We encourage you to keep following us. We need more and more viewer all the time.
Yep.
It's not that we make money out of it, because we don't.
No, we're in for the fun of it.
For the fun of the hobby. Any news that you have, feel free to send it to us. The email address is right underneath. You can see it. And see you next month.
Enjoy your hobby. Happy model railroading.
That's right. See you then.